Hello everyone, welcome to the Casual Report Plus. I'm JT of the Casual Report. Today we're going to be looking at Immortals 6, a canned sequel to Immortals Fenix Rising, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 leaked, and a few other bits from Insomniac and all that. Keep it there, it's in a bit. It scared me. Oh, God. I'll be alright, everyone. Welcome to the show. Just a solo today. Like I said, JT in the house, on my own, living the dream. This is the new side panel thing I'm fucking about with. Just ignore me. Hope you're all well. Let's start the show. What have I been doing? My life. Well, entertainment-wise. Watching some stuff. Going back through Lucifer, because as I started the show, I sort of wasn't paying attention. I was in and out because I was working. Jade was watching it when I was at work and that. So I was just sort of filling in the blanks. First couple of seasons, I'm about where I started watching it first time around, so back to back. So it's all good, mate. And also watching a little show on Star called The Bear, Disney Plus. It's bloody good. I mean, when you hear the synopsis, it's about a gentleman who is like the best chef in the world. He's like, no exaggeration. He's the greatest chef on the planet. Goes back home to Chicago as his brothers took his own life. To open his sandwich shop, and he's used to Michelin star restaurants. He's used to the big bollocks. He's used to the daddy, and he's going to there with the commoners in some dingy sandwich shop in Chicago, which probably a nice sandwich shop. Don't get me wrong, but like the people that he works with, you can tell they don't give a fuck, right? And it sort of documents getting into grips with it and then evolving it into something special, or does he? I don't know. Is wonderful, and it's riveting, and it's exhilarating, and the music's amazing, the shooting is amazing, and the casting, everyone is fantastic. I can't recommend that show enough. It's just him cooking, basically, but it's everything about it as well. It's like baby feeding you the other stuff. It's really, really good. Also, we've been playing a little game called Final Fantasy 16. You may have heard of it. It's probably the greatest game I've made. What do I think? It's really good. Again, I feel it's going to suffer from pacing issues like 7 Remake did, because one of the big things about 7 Remake is that, is this going to be long enough? My opinion is that 7 Remake's far too long for what it is. It's fantastic, but it's drags its feet a bit. I get the feeling with this as well. A lot of the upgrades seem cool, but it doesn't scream like RPG leveling up. It's just getting more spongier, so you can lever enemies better. The combat's very, really good. I don't trust people that say they don't like the combat in this game. I know probably not what you're used to if you're used to playing Final Fantasy games, but it's been wanting to break the shackles of turn-based combat since about 9 or 10, so it is what it is. It's so good. You can go on for days. Enemies bouncing around the screen. The voice acting's mint. It looks tremendous. Slight frame drops for me, but again, looks bloody good. And what else? Cruise and Blast. That was £12. No, it wasn't. I'm telling a lie. It was 2 for $20 in game when I went there the other day. I got Jade Lego Incredibles, and I got Cruise and Blast. which is the arcade racing game from Raw Thrills, who's Eugene Jarvis's studio, which there's an arcade machine of it as well. I think Jam's played that, but it's very, very good. It's what I want from a racing game. Fucking batshit mental. To ride dinosaurs jumping about and just the track just collapsing underneath you, going forever. It's bloody nice, mate. It's nice. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll just crack on, because while we're doing nothing, mate. First up, I have the half one charts from GamesIndustry.biz, courtesy of Christopher Dring. Got the information for me, so I don't have to go rummaging about. Now, I'm just going to run through the charts first, shall we? While we're here, I'm going to go from 20. It's Grand Theft Auto Online, number 20. I didn't think that was a thing. This is the digital and physical charts, by the way. But digital data is unavailable for Nintendo games, as always. 19 is Rainbow Six Siege. Number 18, Nintendo Switch Sports. 17 is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. 16, Final Fantasy 16. It's not bad there already. It's not bad at all. Could have been out a few weeks. Far Cry 6, 15. Last of Us Part 2 at 14. Dead Island 2 at 13. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe at 12. God of War Ragnarok at 11. Resi 4 at 10. And you still need to play that. It's bothering me, I've not played that yet. NBA 2K23 at 9. Star Wars Jedi Survivor at 8. I still need to play that as well. I'm fucking livid. Red Dead Redemption 2 at 7. Modern Warfare 2 at 6. Grand Theft Auto 5 at 5. Tears of the Kingdom, again, no digital data for that one, at 4. FIFA 23 at 3. Diablo 4 at 2. To be honest, that's way high. I know Blizzard's Diablo's popular and all that shit, but and Diablo 4 is the best launched Blizzard game. I'm surprised it's up there. And Hogwarts Legacy number 1. Now for the nitty gritty, shall we? 76.1 million console and PC games were sold across Europe during the first half of the year, which is marginally up over the same period in 2022. The UK was the biggest European market for game sales, representing 15.3 games sold, a rise of 5.5%, same period last year. Then Germany, 14 million games sold, that's down 11%. France at 11.1 million, that's up 8%. Spain at 5.4 million, up 6.8%. And Italy at 4.9 million, that is up 2.7%. Overall, 29.1 million physical games were sold across Europe. You can do the math there. There's a story later on in the episode. You can do the math, and I think you know what I'm going to say. I think I know what you're going to say as well, to be honest. It's a 9% drop year on year. 47 million games were sold via digital stores. That is a rise of 7%. This is the GST data, obviously. Hogwarts Legacy is comfortably the biggest selling game for the first half of the year across Europe. 69% bigger sales than what Elden Ring managed over the same period last year. Which, how that's written, I'm just going to assume, and I think it is, that is the best selling game of the first half of last year as well. Which is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. If I've read the fucking rest of the sentence, that is exactly what it is. I do apologise. Overall, strong half of the year. Diablo 4, despite only being on sale for a few weeks when this data was counted, is already the third biggest game of the year. Zelda's number 4 sold 13% more than Legends Arceus managed in the first half of last year. There is no digital data, so how high, if Zelda goes higher, is anyone's guess. I'm going to assume it's going to rub elbows with at least them two. I'm not sure if it's going to match Hogwarts Legacy, but yeah, it is what it is. Strong year for FIFA. Sold 24% more units than FIFA 22 same period last year, which is just good as we're going to dive into EAFC territory this year. I'm going to be interested to see how that does. I'm assuming it's just people are still going to call it FIFA and people are still going to buy it. I think they've done a good job of keeping the market in pretty much the same. Delving a little deeper, the best-selling digital game for the first 6 months was Hogwarts Legacy. There's no data on Zelda, to be fair. Hogwarts was the number 1 in the big European countries, UK, France, Germany and Italy, all have lost out to FIFA in Spain, because Spain have taste, apparently. Yes, so let me know what you think. I I'm a bit concerned, but and that is a story for later on in the episode about digital and physical nonsense. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I know where we're headed, but it is what it is, mate. But first, let's crack on with the real stories today, shall we? The big guns. First up, ladies and gentlemen, is the magnificent Armored Core 6 Rise of Rubicon. Got a gameplay preview today. It was 5 hours ago, as of recording this video. I watched it while I was cooking tea. I had a chicken teriyaki chips. Very nice, mate. I know. Jamie Oliver, Gordon Ramsay. Get out my way, mate. But yeah, there was a gameplay preview. It's 13 minutes long, just shy of a quarter of an hour. I won't watch it all. Don't worry. Do you know what I mean? But we'll just I don't know, I watched this. I was in anyway because I'm a big fan of mech games. Bollocks. I say I'm a big fan of mech games. Never really played an Armored Core game, but I'm a massive fan of mech games. I like mechs. Do you know what I mean? Evangelion and all that shit. Zone of the Enders, even Daemon X Machina, which has its problems, but I enjoyed it for what it was. But yeah, we look at this, right, and I just can't believe this is real. Apparently, according to the developers, they've already said this, that they've more vertical, not more vertical, it is as vertical as it is this way. Game's about 50 to 60 hours long, which I'm surprised about. Let's see if we can find some combat. Give me a second. Love that, mate. Yeah. I'm getting the feeling. Go back a smidge. Sorry, I could do that all day. Just fucking darting about and kind of. I just people feel because it's FromSoft that it's just going to be Souls Core 6 or Armored Souls. I don't think that's the case. I think they're gonna try and make it maybe have relative minor influences from the from Dark Souls and Demon Souls and Bloodborne and all that shit, but perhaps that wouldn't be wise because Armored Core has a cult following. It's a much smaller following than the Souls series, but do have a cult following. You don't get to 6 by just losing money. I could do that all day. But I could. It feels more. I don't want to say fluid. Than the last one I played was Elden Ring, and that was really good. But I just feel in the Souls games when you're with a big sword and you've got to be more methodical about your approach. I'm not saying you can just lob a load of fucking missiles on this, but it looks like you can just. Looks like you can Hail Mary sort of gung ho it, and you'll be relatively okay. I'm not saying it's not going to be difficult. It does look clean, and the story looks way cool, and it just fucking rules, mate. Be interesting to see how this fares sales wise. It's from software, very sort of chill about their own achievements. Because when Elden Ring came out, I think I said it on the show at the time that I thought they were going to slap across the box from the creators of Dark Souls and the writer of Lord of the Rings. Fucking hell. Game of Thrones comes this nonsense, and I thought they were going to slap that on the box. And they didn't. They stuck to the guns. They let word of mouth do its thing, and it sold like a fucking bajillion copies, and good for them because it's great. And I hope this is the same. But I mean, the guy is talking. If you're really into Armored Core and FromSoft, you've probably already watched this. But I mean, am I not in? Get in my face. And obviously, yeah, they talk about how you can change the style and look of your AC. I think that's what. Yeah. And as you can see, the bottom, all the stats changing. So, say about that. Let's have a quick go. I think I'm in day one-ish. I'll see what my money's like at the time, but I think I'm in. Yeah. I should just let me know what you think, by the way, for Armored Core, because it looks like it could be a tremendous time. Do you know what I mean? Again, I've only played a handful of them for a couple of minutes, probably an hour or two here or there of them. Don't remember a fucking thing, but it is what it is. Moving on. Yeah, but before I go, let me know what you think, Armored Core, and how in you are, because I'm, you know what I mean. With that being said, Ubisoft, I do just being Ubisoft and, well, channeling the inner EA, I'll say. Well, not really, halfway to EA. I'm reading from VGC. Andy Robinson writes, sources, Ubisoft has cancelled its Immortals Fenix Rising sequel, which is a shame because as a Greek myth buff and a fan of them kind of games, do you know what I mean? Ubisoft, so say what you will about Ubisoft, I'm not the biggest fan of how they treat employees and all that stuff. And I'm only here to not kick dirt in the faces, but express my annoyance because I know what you know what I mean. I've had a quick glance at this earlier. I'll just read a bit of it. Ubisoft has cancelled plans for a sequel to 2020's mythological open-world adventure game Immortals Fenix Rising. That's according to multiple development sources who told VGC anonymously that follow-up was in early development at Ubisoft Quebec, but company leadership ultimately decided to cancel it earlier this month due to perceived challenges around establishing the IP. Dun dun dun, which means we're going to go lob up, put all our fucking nonsense in Assassin's Creed, because of course you are. Fuck 'em, mate. The original Immortals, which also developed by Assassin's Creed Odyssey Studio Quebec, who are, you know, I like Odyssey, I know it's big. It's fucking too big, I tell you. That's what she said. But I enjoy, maybe because I'm a Greek myth nonsense buff, I don't know. But, you know, I enjoy that shit. Ubisoft's intention was to grow Immortals into a franchise, with journalist Jeff Grubb reporting last year that it intended to explore different mythologies other than Greece with future games such as Hawaiian Polynesian myths. Beg your pardon. The original saw players controlling a forgotten hero on a quest to save the Greek gods. The later the game's DLC explored Chinese mythology. I've not played that one. By having players take control of new hero martial artist Q. I probably said that wrong, I'm sorry. In January, Ubisoft said it had cancelled 3 unannounced games, not including the Immortal sequel, which could have been anything. Oh, probably Beyond Good and Evil 2 at this point, right? Is that game even real? I don't know. Right? I haven't got a fucking clue. This year's Assassin's Creed is Mirage. But Ubisoft currently has in development, for example, and in May, the company announced plans to increase the number of staff working on the series by 40% over the coming years, which is reallocating staff from other franchises, which you assume a lot of people are going to jump ship from this to that. They reached out to Ubisoft and they said the classic does not comment on rumour or speculation. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that, mate. When I say I liked it, I liked the game a lot. Didn't complete it. Do you know what I mean? Didn't complete it. I enjoyed what it was going for, and I think more games like that, more projects like that, although probably aren't going to set the world on fire, probably aren't going to sell millions and millions and millions and millions of copies. I can say this not as a businessman, where my job depends on certain things selling to certain thresholds. I feel it's healthy for the industry. Yeah, it's like what's his name? Sean Layden said about Red Ribbon. Doesn't matter, it didn't sell millions. It was creative and probably projected ideas on certain developers. But at the times like this, the risks aren't worth taking because cost of living crisis, especially in the UK and all that stuff. So, yeah, get ready for more. It already feels like we're over encumbered with Assassin's Creed stuff, but just fucking get ready for it, mate, because we're going to go through the roof. But we'll move on, shall we? Next story. So another franchise we've overwhelmed with, Call of Duty. It's been the logo, at least, and some promotional artwork has been leaked via, of course, Monster Energy. Of course it has. Do you know what I mean? PC Gamer Joshua Woolens writes us this up, and he says, play the best song. He didn't say that. He probably did at one point in his life. He references a tweet from Charlie Intel, which is a popular Call of Duty information Twitter account. I think it's that. I think they post leaks and stuff. They just thought Call of Duty. Breaking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 logo leaked, and I don't know if you can see that there. You've got, is it Captain Price? I don't know. Sorry. That logo's hideous, by the way. While we're on the subject, logo's hideous. Not the Modern Warfare 3 logo is exactly what I thought it was going to be. Not that. The X Twitter logos. Whatever. Anyway, so goes on, says that. It says, originally shared by a Twitter user who's now deleted the tweet. That's originally where they came from. Then they were reposted by this one. The photos above appear to show official Monster Energy boxes. I mean, if it is fake, then goddamn, but it's not fake. I'll tell you why. Further down, official Call of Duty account. Few Mondays, anyone have an energy drink they can spare, which I'm glad they leaned into it. I enjoy it when companies do that. But yeah, looks like we're getting Modern Warfare 3. I still haven't played the first new Modern Warfare game. I wanted to play the campaign when that came out. Sledgehammer Games are reported to be this year's COD developer. I think they went from support studio on the first Modern Warfare 3 to the granddaddies of the new one. Like I say, though, I talk shit about Call of Duty all the time. But as a first-person shooter, that's exactly how I wanted it. How I want it to be played. You've got stuff like Doom 2016, obviously, its sequel, just fantastic. Call of Duty stuff like that. They know what they need to do. But when someone says, "Oh, it's just copying Call of Duty," I don't think that's. I mean, there's a very fine line between imitation and I've forgotten the fucking word. Wow. Inspiration. Do you know what I mean? So, no problem with Call of Duty. People love it. The new guy at work, all over it. He's probably playing it now. Do you know what I mean? More power to him, because, do what you love. Don't fucking ass about. And, but I said this, I'll probably get Call of Duty to play with friends and do this and that. I never do. I never, ever, 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 ever do. If it is to come to Game Pass, I probably won't do it in the UK. But if it is to come to Game Pass and I can sort of swindle it out of that, I'll probably download it. But I don't really play Call of Duty that much. Do you play Call of Duty? Let me know. I know Jam and NS do. Have been on the show, regularly on the show, I should say. Very regulars on the show. How rude of me. Yeah, they play a lot, so let me know if you play. I'll have a good time. Moving on. Insomniac are off their fucking tree, mate. They have announced the panel is on YouTube of their Comic-Con panel. Very interesting. Go and watch it. But there's two things about Insomniac. One, that looks fit, mate. That looks absolutely gorgeous. There's a Spider-Man 2 limited edition PS5. I believe you can buy the plates separately as well, so that's only £90. You'll have to probably more because they're limited edition or something, but here's what it is. And the controller is very nice. It's very, very nice. Do you know what I mean? Let me know if you're into that, because I am. And also, what was that? That was Push Square, sorry. Who wrote that for us? Liam Croft, also on Push Square. Sammy Barker talks to us. Apparently they have a third AAA game in development, which by the end of the PS5 at this moment in time is going to be 4 AAA games. So you've got Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man 2. You could go with Miles Morales as well, but that wasn't a, to quote, full game. That was more of an extended bit of added. It's like a sub-sequel kind of thing. Still very good, still fantastic. About 8-9 hours of your life, worth it. Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, and this. That's 5, actually. I can't count. Apparently, there's simply no question that Insomniac is carrying this generation for Sony. No question at all. God of War's great. Demon's Souls was great and all that, but, you know. We're not belittling the efforts of PlayStation to the first-party studios, but it's worth acknowledging Spider-Man 2 will be its third release for the PS5 thus far. 4th if you factor that dramatically overhauled Spider-Man Remastered as well. Well, I forgot about that one. Yeah, and that's correct. So there'll be 6 if you include in the remastered Spider-Man. I don't, but it's a shout. There's definitely a lot of work went into it, so maybe I do. And in addition to the upcoming Marvel's Wolverine, it sounds like Burbank-based developer has third unannounced project currently in production. Erin Eberhardt, I can never say that. A former Blizzard staffer. I knew he used to work for Blizzard though, so props to me, mate. Teaser title as part of a Full Sail University seminar, which has been shared on social media. She's currently a project director at the developer. Beg your pardon. She reiterates twice the game is unannounced, that she's unable to talk about it, so we're fairly confident it isn't Spider-Man 2 or Wolverine, as otherwise she'd likely say so. She's also eager to stress that the game she's working on is AAA, so this isn't a side project. Presumably it'll be its next big thing. A lot of indication goes towards this being a multiplayer game. I'm not sure how you'd feel about that. With the current state of Sony, I wouldn't be surprised, because they've got, like, you know, they acquired Bungie to sort of take over that. You know, the multiplayer kind of stance. They probably consult on a lot of projects for other people, like they did with I assume they did with Last of Us, whatever that multiplayer game is, Factions 2, I'll just call it. You know, and Insomniac don't make bad games, so if they were to create this multiplayer game, it will definitely be at least good. What it is it going to be Marvel? You know, I'm just thinking a Spider-Verse game where you're just bouncing around. There's a few Spider-Man, you make your own Spider-Man and just fucking do what you want to do. I don't know how into that I'd be. I prefer more the give me the character, give me detailed history of this character and what happens and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Interesting to hear everyone else's thoughts on this. I don't. It'll be good. It'll just be good. I don't know, but it is what it is, mate. Second to last, actually, something I want to just push to the 3 people that will click on this video. You know what I mean? VGC again, Jordan Midler. This is something that's very, very unsurprising. I was saying towards the beginning of the video. UK supermarket Tesco is to stop selling physical games. The one by me doesn't sell physical games anyway, so I wasn't too surprised to read this. But I mean, the snowball's just left the fucking peak of the hill, mate, and it's just going down now. Tesco has stopped. You imagine soon, you know, Sainsbury's might stop. Well, Sainsbury's got most Sainsbury's have Argos in them, don't they? So perhaps they won't for at least a little while. Asda might stop. And then you've got like HMV might say, "Oh fuck you, like we're just selling music now." Oh, they do sell music now. They have already stopped. Beg your pardon. You in a lot of the video game sections in these once great shops, like Games as a toy shop now. There's like one aisle of games where I'm at now. Not much at all in the forms of physical media. To which the point earlier in the episode where it was, where's the thing? 29 out of 76 million games sold, 29 million were physical, which is about 30% of games, I think, something like that. No, it's not. Bit more, about 45, something like that. I'm not a mathematician. Do that on a calculator and tell me what the answer is. But, it's slowly going that way. Because I remember it being the other way around. It was like 70% physical, 30% digital, and it was, 65%, and so on and so on. And now you just watch it just crumble, and all these supermarkets are just probably losing money because the markup was relatively similar anyway, because they'll sell games for £57 instead of 60 or 65. And they'll sell some for 30 instead of 40, or 35 instead of 40, and they'll make minimal money. But the way supermarkets work, I used to work I know how they get most of the money off the stuff that you buy all the time, like bread and milk and big shops. That's where they get the money. Like stuff like this, to get it a bit cheaper, to get you in the shop. But if they're losing money, or they're having to, people aren't buying it. People are just buying the fucking digital codes. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean? It can't go wrong with that. And I said that I built my PC 2017. So, and I shit myself. I was like, I'm not got a disk drive on it. I remember thinking, I've not got a disk drive on it. Would I need one? And not once in my life, in those 6 years, I've gone, I need a fucking disk drive here. I need to download this fucking drivers for these fucking bit of hardware, or put this fucking disc in for this game, or do this. I don't know. I just download it from internet, and anything I'd need is available digitally somewhere. Which again is quite scary, because there was the story that Ubisoft would not steal your physical games, but the sort of close accounts which were inactive for a certain amount of time. They've since come and said that they're not going to do that, but there was a tweet going around, and you would have seen it. If you clicked on this video and you watched this long, you've definitely seen that tweet. You've definitely pissed you off a bit as well, I think. But they've come out and they've had to say that they can't do that because it's stealing, basically. And if we were to me mateys lower the anchor, one of their games, you know what I mean? They'd have something to say about it. But if we bought a game off them and they just denied us access, it is what it is. Perhaps we're warning to be able to get away with it and say, right, your account is inactive, you've got X amount of days to either reactivate it or download your stuff and leave it. But then they wouldn't be able to do the DRM thing, so I don't know, mate. What do you reckon? How do you feel about physical media? Because you can see behind me, there's a lot of nonsense. There's a few. If you look behind me this way, there's a few shelves of physical media, and in the bedroom under the bed, there's a few boxes of older physical media. I enjoy it a lot there, because when I got Cruising Blast, pissed me off a bit, because that's just a code in a box. Like, fucking admitting, but on the eShop it's £35, whereas the code in the box was £12, so it's like, okay. That was the point. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, let me know what you think, man, because I'm a bit trepidatious about all this shit. Last one today, then I will let you go and enjoy your. It's going up on Tuesday evening, so you probably won't watch this till Wednesday. So enjoy your Wednesday, enjoy your day, enjoy your month, enjoy your year. Do what you need to do. This comes from the PlayStation blog. It's Sea of Stars. Available launch day is PlayStation game catalog title August 29th. Demo out today. Demo's been out on pretty much everything else. So if you have yet to play this demo, please go and play it. It's very, very fucking good. This game rules. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say, really. Just go and fucking get it. Yeah, that about covers it, everyone. Thank you for watching. Appreciate your time, appreciate your effort. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, do all that good stuff. I know, thank you. But yeah, we'll be back sometime whenever. Bit of housekeeping before I go. Jeopardy champion, Gibbo. Congratulations to him. I don't know if you watched it. I'll put a link in the description somewhere with the Jeopardy sort of style of game. Two things with that. One was an error in one of the questions, and I do apologise. It's the Blue Dragon question. It was the Akira Toriyama provided character designs and stuff for this 2006 Xbox exclusive. No, this 2007 Xbox exclusive. It actually came out in December 2006. But on the Microsoft Store, it said 2007, so you let me off with that one. But people knew what it was, and people got it wrong anyway, so it doesn't matter. And also, on the Double Jeopardy questions, I'm going to get people to give me the bets first, and then do the question. What it is. Yeah, thanks for watching. Keep it casual, and peace.